G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for some more Heroes of the Storm. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a first look at and a match commentary for Johanna, the Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls Crusader. She is the tankiest hero in the game. That's what the developers aim to create her as. She has excellent disruption, excellent tankiness, and she is an all-round nuisance to enemy players, and that's why I've been really enjoying playing with her. So before we jump into an actual match, let's just quickly go through some of the abilities so you guys know what's up and get a bit of a base of information. First, on the Q key, we have this shield bash attack just here. Punish in a cone, sort of like around your character like that, or an arc around your character. It actually deals a bit of damage, a bit more than an auto attack, and then slows enemies. This is important for stopping enemies from escaping, preventing their movement in team fights, or slowing their movement in team fights, and most importantly, stopping assassins from getting to your squishies who are in the backlines, who you should be defending as a tank. Next is on your W key is Condemn. This is an AoE around the character that after a short delay explodes and then pulls enemies close to you. It also has a brief stun on it as well, so it can also be used to interrupt ults, ability channels, and just all around disrupt the battlefield as well. Finally, on the E key, we have Shield Glare. This ability in a cone in front of your character blinds all enemies as well as dealing damage. It's got quite long range on it, so it's great for blinding assassins like Illidan that are trying to go for your backline, stopping them from getting their auto attacks off. It's fantastic against any enemy that relies heavily on auto attacks like Vala and Illidan. And because it's so easy to get off for a blind for 2 basic attacks over 4 seconds, very powerful defensive ability. So as you can see, all 3 of her core abilities have very potent disruption, battlefield disruption. We have a slow, we have an actual stun, and then we have an actual blind as well on the E key. So we have a whole bunch of ways to mess with the enemies. Next up, we have Johanna's ults. The first is Falling Sword. This is a leaping attack. It leaps you up into the sky and then you'll crash down. After a bit of a delay, you can actually steer your descent, so you can steer exactly where you'll land. And this does knock up enemies as well, which also, just the same as Condemn on the W, disrupts their channels, disrupts their ults and things like that, as well as giving you some mobility on the battlefield as a gap closer or as an escape-based skill. So if I target this over here, I can actually steer this to land on top of Arthas and then disrupt there, dealing a bit of damage as well. It's a great initiator, a great way to stun the entire enemy team in a team fight, and it also has some utility as an escape or as a way to sort of close gaps on escaping enemies and things like that. The other ultimate ability Johanna has access to is Blessed Shield. This is a Captain America style shield throw that stuns the initial target for 2 seconds and then bounces to 2 nearby enemies, dealing damage to those as well and stunning them for 1 second instead. So a reduced effect to additional targets, but a potent effect against the initial target. At level 20, this can be upgraded to bounce to additional targets as well. So it can essentially disrupt the entire team from casting their ults. As you can see, all of Johanna's abilities have powerful disruption mechanics. And you can see, because there was no targets there, it just bounced to Arthas and then didn't bounce to any other targets, came back to my hero. But if there are other heroes around or other targets around, it will bounce to those as well. So this is a great way to stun a particularly dangerous target for a long time and also interrupt any channels or abilities of the rest of the team as well. Used timely in a team fight can make a big difference. The final thing to know about Johanna is her trait, Iron Skin. This is an activatable skill that, once activated, makes you unstoppable for 4 seconds, which makes you immune to all crowd control and gives you a big damage shield as well. So when I activate this, you can see a huge damage shield on top of my character just there, and any CC effects will not affect me. So this is great for escaping, it's great for being in the middle of the fight. You can do things like activate your Condemn to pull everyone on top of you, activate your Iron Skin to make yourself immune to a bunch of damage, and try and bait enemies into attacking you as much as possible where you're not going to be taking any damage because of that shield. Very, very potent trait, and used at the right times makes Johanna just an absolute pain to deal with. So let's get out of the tutorial and into an actual match. I'm going to be playing Tomb of the Spider Queen. I've so far played, I don't know, 10 to 20 matches with Johanna, and I've been enjoying her quite a bit. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing what I've learned with her so far. I'll go through some of the talents, and hopefully we'll have a good match. I'll see you guys in there. Alrighty guys, welcome back. So, I'm going to be building in this match super tanky mode. I've explored a couple of different ways of building Johanna, and a lot of her talents are really well designed, and they actually become situational choices based on your team composition and the enemy team composition. So we have no healers on our team here, so that's going to factor into some of our talent choices later. We do have a few auto attack heavy enemy heroes, so block wouldn't be a bad choice on this one. So reinforce, not a bad choice, though this match we spend quite a bit of time laning, so Regeneration Master is also going to be a great choice choice. I'm going to take that this time, and we'll try and pick up as many of those regen globes as we can, because this gives us an increase in health regeneration, and the longer the match goes on and the more regen globes we pick up, the more regeneration we get as well, so the tankier we get overall. So I'm going to wait around here for the creeps to move forwards. Looks like there's a bit of team fighting going on up ahead. The other team did cap a short kill there, but it's not going to make too much difference. I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to use Condemn to disrupt these attacks from Illidan here, from Tychus, but Illidan is on top of our barbarian friend just here, so if we can blind Illidan, then he becomes a complete non-issue. We might even be able to secure the kill on Illidan here. There we go. We secured a nice early Illidan kill. I have taken quite a bit of damage myself, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here. I do have Iron Skin if I want to engage and potentially get a kill on an overeager Tychus. Tychus is actually, I think, one of the most threatening heroes as Johanna. He's quite difficult to engage with once he's spun up. He's got quite a bit of disruption, and he's hard to close with without taking a whole bunch of damage yourself, so he is definitely one to watch out for. So blind works okay against him, but the best thing you can do is actually use your disruption on Condemn to sort of disrupt his cannon from being wound up. Now I'm going to slow these guys here and try and get them off of my buddy here. And we can use blind just as a little bit of damage. I don't want to go too heavy on that because we don't want to use up all of our mana. So if we can here, I'm going to oh, damn. We're in a little bit of trouble here. We're going to use Unstoppable to get out of there. I was going for the Regeneration Globe, but you should do that on top of a blind. You should blind the enemies and then go for the Regeneration Globe so that you have a bit of safety in getting it. So I was a little bit over-eager there. So there are a whole bunch of different ways of building Johanna. You can build her more for taking mercs with things like Knight Takes Pawn combined with Eternal Retaliation, a great merc killing build, and great also for cleaning up lanes and pushing down lanes. I've been quite liking this really super tanky build that I'll go through here, and we'll make some of the decisions for traits dependent on, you know, how the game plays out, but I'll talk through those as we go. But I quite like this build because it allows you to really stick in the enemy's face, really get in on team fights, and really make a big difference to your team overall. So we have our Barbar friend turning in here. I'm just going to make sure Tychus isn't coming up, and here he is here. I'm going to blind him here. I'll initiate. We'll try and pull the mage over to us a little bit so we can get our health globe if possible. I'm not going to engage Tychus until I either have a blind and or a condemn to actually stun him. So I can blind him here. I can move in a bit. He is backing off, so we can maybe get a little bit of an attack on here. I'm going to disrupt him here and then grab that health globe in safety, that regeneration globe. And that works out pretty well. So we do have another talent here. Laws of Hope, I think, is probably one of the best options here, unless you have heals on your team. If you have like a Lily on your team, then you're going to want to take Amplified Healing, which makes a big difference there. It's going to slow him down. We want to interrupt his attack just there, and I'm going to take Laws of Hope, gives us regeneration, and an activatable heal as well, just again, making us super, super tanky. Let's go grab that crystal there. We can safely grab that crystal. We can tower dive with Iron Skin if we need to. It makes it quite easy to engage a hero that's fleeing onto the towers without taking any damage, because of that potent shield that's there. Now we can actually pull these guys in here and maybe get the slow, stop his retreat a little bit. I can block. I'm going to need to try and protect my buddy here, though. I'm going to pop my Iron Skin and just try and distract these guys as much as possible. Going to pop my heal and then get out of there. So we did manage to save our friend, and that's the one thing you're always going to be wanting to look out for is someone else in trouble? Can you save them? You know, you have a lot of tankiness. You have a lot of ways of mitigating incoming damage and disrupting the enemy team. You can either slow them from a pursuit. If they're chasing after your ally, you can actually slow them with a punish. You can blind them if they're auto-attacking your ally, or you can actually pull them towards you with contempt, or disrupt their abilities if they're about to channel an ult or something onto your ally. There's quite a lot you can do there. I'm going to try and pull these guys in here a little bit. Just pull them into our safe area. Grab this regen globe. Our character's regen total will already be building up quite a bit. I don't have a condemn. It was just on cooldown, so I couldn't really disrupt him there and pull him forwards. Enemy web weavers are coming down, unfortunately. I do have a turn in ready for after this, though. We'll see. I'll hang around in this lane for a little bit. See if I can force him back out of the fight, and I'll move up into the team fight myself, because there is a little bit of action going on here in the mid lane. I can potentially be helping. Let's grab Sylvanas here, pull her out, slow her down. I'm going to see if I can dive on her a little bit, deal a little bit of damage there, but we do want to back up. I'm going to heal myself. I'm taking a bit too much damage. Back off a little bit till my cooldowns are back up, and I can do a lot more to help my team. We just saved Stitches from going down there from the assassin. And we have to grab our next talent, which is going to be... This one is a bit I think Crusade Marches On is pretty much always the best choice in a tanky build. In other builds, that one's a little tricky, that tier, but for this one, Crusade Marches On reduces the cooldown of Iron Skin when we use our other abilities, and that actually works with Laws of Hope as well. Now, I have gotten a bit distracted here. I'm going to use my heal. I'm going to blind these guys, and as you can see, even though I had no health left, I was still able to distract those guys and prevent myself from getting killed as well. I'm going to grab this well and head down to bottom. There's a bit of a push going on down here. Been getting distracted talking through talents. We'll try and focus on the match a little bit more, see what we can do. Get amongst it over here. Activate our Iron Skin. We can slow these guys from their escape. Throw a blind on just for a little bit more damage, and maybe pull them out with the Condemn. It's not going to be enough, though. I don't want to dive too far on those towers. I don't have Iron Skin up. I can't use that to dive on top of the towers. Let's grab this regen globe before it disappears. You want to snag up as many of those as possible. Let's blind Illidan so he can't kill our friend here. And he's going to try and escape here, so we're going to slow him. We're going to use our Condemn to pull him in. And there's the kill. Going pretty well so far. I don't have much HP, so I'm going to just try and block here while our friend turns in. This is actually good. Sylvanas is going down here for sure. Oh no, the excellent dodge there from Sylvanas though. I don't have any cooldowns, so I can't really do too much there. Stitches needs to be very careful. I'm just going to block his shots in case Sylvanas tries to turn around and take a kill maybe. Alright, our Web Weaver's coming down. I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here because I do have quite a bunch of crystals that I can potentially... oh, I just missed that one. As you can see, I blinded Sylvanas there and she wasn't able to do anything to me. Let's pull these guys forwards a little bit, group them up. The Web Weaver will use its AoE ability if it... if it's charging that up, you can group up enemies on top of that AoE ability as well, so just make it a little more potent. Be aware of when AoEs are happening around you as Johanna, and use Condemn if you can to group them up. Or if your enemies are using an ult, you can use it to interrupt. So, battlefield awareness and awareness of what your opponents and your allies are doing are absolutely essential here. I'm going to move up into the center here to help. Maybe we can actually... Oh, where did he go? He slipped away like a ninja! That was a little unexpected. Alright, let's disrupt the Illidan bit here if we can. I can probably pull Illidan back here. You notice I got on the other side of him to try and pull him back towards my allies. I'm going to pop my Iron Skin since he has used his ult there. I'm going to blind these guys as much as possible. Unfortunately, we are in a bit of trouble here. I'm going to back off here. There's not too much I can do, so I'm going to have to just back off myself. Pulling them towards me, not the best idea in this case. And we'll take Blessed Shield. I'm gonna... Nope. We went down. A little unfortunate, A bit distracted there. The choice between Falling Sword and Blessed Shield is a tough one. I feel like in most cases at the moment, Blessed Shield is good, unless the map is particularly heavy with minions that could be disrupting your Blessed Shield, so taking the hits from that. So, I think things like when you're holding towers and stuff like that, it's maybe not as good a choice, in which case Falling Sword might be good. If you're trying to do quite a bit of lane hopping, then Falling Sword can be a bit useful as well. Overall, I'm mostly sticking with Blessed Shield in most situations, unless I'm going a particularly aggressive style, using things like Burning Rage to deal a whole bunch of damage, then Falling Sword can be quite useful in that case. Let's try and grab some of these guys here. I'm going to blind. Illidan is a little bit of a danger here, so we're going to slow him. I think I'm going to go for the stun here. And I can also go for the Condemn pull. I'm going to shield up. Sylvanas just managed to get out of there. I can finish him with the blind. Snagged a nice kill on Tychus. Even though we went down, we're still in a pretty good spot here. I did lose my crystals, unfortunately, which wasn't so good. But we can assist this push. And just here, I'm going to pop this tower down. And I'll pull these guys forwards here a little bit. Try and grab that regen globe, which is going to help our party out quite a bit. We'll blind Sylvanas so that our auto attacks are missing. I'm taking a bit too much damage, so I do have to back off here. But we'll just hang around, stick with our team. You want to be with the team fights because that's where you can make the biggest difference as Johanna. And let's blind. I think we should probably get out of here now. So we'll sound the retreat. And I'm going to head back down into the bottom lane and soak so we don't lose that XP advantage. And looks like Asmodean's already up in top, so that's good. We just got in time for the regen globe too. We'll grab some crystals. And looks like the match is going pretty well so far. We have a slight XP lead. We have a bit of a ground lead on them. We do have one fort down. So that's looking pretty nice. We'll pull that little wizard forwards a little bit there. Let's see if we can grab this regen globe. We took one hit, but it's fine. What is our character regen is looking as 44 per second now, so quite potent. I'm going to grab Unstoppable here, and we'll wail on this tower. The tower is out of ammo, so it looks like I need to get up and help out our team, though. There is a bit of a fight going on, and hopefully, if that is... No, it looks like they have backed off now. All right, let's push this down a little bit then. We'll grab the regen globe from here. We can hop between lanes a little bit and pick up different regen globes. So at this point, I can sort of get a sense of how the match is going on, whether I need to be tankier or not. I'm going to go full tanky mode at the moment. Burning Rage is not a bad choice though if you want to if you do want to add some damage. If you're sticking around in the middle of team fights all the time, then Burning Rage gives you, a decent amount of passive damage on the entire enemy team. This time though, I'm going to go Hold Your Ground, which increases the Iron Skin's shield and reduces the cooldown if it is broken. So if you're taking a huge amount of damage, you can almost get Iron Skin back immediately. Now, this is a bit nasty. I tried to get the interrupt there, but it wasn't quite enough. Potentially could have used my ult, and I might have been able to save the stitches there. So I'm always looking at engagements, seeing how they go, and trying to pay attention and think about what I could have done that might have been able to save my hero. Like, sure, other players screw up. This is a MOBA, you know, right? You're reliant on the rest of the team and the things that they do, but there's always something more you can do, I find. And I haven't really played tanks before, so this has been really interesting exploring this and figuring out these different things that I could have done. So I can disrupt him there, stop his whirl up, which means a lot less damage coming on us there. So we do need to get out of here though. This is a little nasty. I can stun here if I need to. I can slow. I'm going to go for the stun here so our ally doesn't die. I'm going to blind Illidan. He's the most important to blind there, and I'm going to use my Iron Skin, and nothing can happen. So no kills secured there. I think that played out pretty well. So yeah, I'm always looking at engagements and thinking about what I can do differently to, and sometimes even like it's a good idea to go back and look at a replay and at a particular engagement where your party got wiped out, where you were there, and you thought you did all that you could, but maybe there was something else you could have done to to block someone, blind a particular different hero, aim that a little bit differently, being positioned in a different area, things that you could do, like body blocking enemies. Just noticing all these little things that you can do to help out, and which you should, in which order you should apply abilities and where you should apply them. Because you do have a heap of disruption with all of your abilities. Every single ability has some form of disruption to the enemy team. But they all function differently, and they all have different utility in different scenarios. Like, we need to focus that blind on Illidan. We need to be absolutely on the ball here because this is a particularly nasty scenario just here. I'm going to slow the Illidan. I'm going to go for the stun, and maybe we can even get the Illidan kill just here. Maybe not quite. We can pull these guys forwards a little bit. I'm being a little over-eager, so I'm going to back up here. And our team has backed off, which we do have our ally moving too far forwards and getting themselves killed. I'll blind the Zeratul there and we'll back off. So, don't know what I could have done differently. That's the sort of scenario that I could go look at the replay for and analyze a little bit. Let's move up here and grab this regen globe if he hasn't already grabbed it. Oh, he's just about to. Perfect timing. I want to grab as many of those regen globes as possible. Now, this next choice here is a good situational one as well. Imposing Presence, if you find our auto-attacking enemies auto-attacking you often, then Imposing Presence really punishes them for doing that, so it's an excellent way to do that. So you kind of have to play it by ear based on how the match has been playing out. Has Illidan been attacking you a lot? Has Falstad been attacking you? Has Vala been attacking you? Is there a Nova attacking you as well? That can be... that can make that a really good choice. Otherwise, you can go for Holy Renewal, which is if enemies are grouping up a lot and you're able to get good blinds off, you can use that as a heal. I have a lot of regeneration healing. I'm actually going to go for Inspiring Presence here. We have, I'm going to need Request Assistance over here. I'm going to interrupt this guy just here. Unfortunately, he did get his ult off. Not too much we can do with that. Going to back it up here before we take too much damage and hopefully help our team out a bit. I'm going to stun here so Stitches gets away. I'm gonna blind. Shit, this is not good. I'm gonna go for the heal. We need to get our shield up. I'm gonna blind the Illidan. And what else can we do here? What else can we do? Unfortunately, 2 of our team members went down. I'm gonna try and encourage them back up. Unfortunately, Falstad being a little too overeager. There's not too much we can do with our team down like that. I am not much good on my own. I can't put out enough damage to really help out too much. So I'm gonna dodge that AoE there. And I just have to slow this down as much as I can. Not too much I can do here. Grab that regen globe. Dodge that AoE there. Alright, we'll grab the crystals we can. I'm going to have to get a turn in after this. I've been a little slack on the turn-ins in this match. I find that Johanna performs the best on maps where your team groups up to really push something. Push an objective. Try and hold something and drag, on the Dragonshire. Try and push with like the Siege Golem or something like that. That's when I think Johanna performs really freaking well. Is when she gets to really group up against a big 5v5 fight where it's pushing and you're trying to disrupt the enemy team as much as possible. Alright, we need to get out of here. I need to see if I can help out Stitches at all. in backing off. It looks like he's going to be okay. He is moving forwards a little bit, though. I'll blind that Illidan if he turns around to attack. We can maybe disrupt the Tychus here. Alright, good. Slow down. Our team is starting to group back up. I got a blind ready. I'll hold off on that. I won't use that just yet. We'll clear up some creeps for now. Alright, that's fine. We grouped up. We're full health. I've got a big turn in. We'll see if we can get a turn in. We still do have a slight XP lead here, though. They're about to... let's get these guys to defend over here. That's about to equalize, so we won't have too much of an advantage. We do have a slight ground advantage on them, having taken out one extra forward, but it's close. This is a close match. It's a pretty fun one, too. So, we'll focus. We'll get into our focus mode. We'll get into the zone and see what we can do to help out our team. So it looks like there is a turning going on here. Looks like he did, unfortunately, get that off. Shit, I wasted that blind when I could have used it on an Illidan there. I'm going to try and get the stun off here. Maybe not as effective as I could. We'll slow them there. Oh, I must have been interrupted or something. Alright, I'm going to blind these guys. There's not too much we can do, though. They're all kind of low, but it's not going to be super effective. Alright, we did lose 2 of our allies there, so we're not going to be able to do too much with that. I'm going to move up here and grab this regen globe. We're sitting at just about 70 regen, which is quite a lot, so... Our sustain, we don't ever really need to back out unless we need mana, and usually a well will cover that. So let's just grab these crystals here and maybe grab another regen globe from this lane too, since I'm seeing the enemy teams kind of floating around this area. Getting their turn in, of course. Alright, this is Tyrael. We're not going to be able to... well, they're all pushing top here, so I'm going to call for the team to come assist. We do have 2 guys about to respawn. We'll just kind of dance around here, block them a little bit if we can. Grab some of these crystals too, why not? Alright, let's block Zeratil's attacks there. I'm going to grab this well here, because it may well go down in a moment, so we might get that. We want that regen to kick in for this fight. Okay, alright, I'm going to blind these guys, and I'll see if I can get a disrupt there. Alright, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. It's going to help repel that. Let's pop down into mid here. And clear up this web weaver, and this push really didn't do anything, so that was pretty good for us. They didn't really get to secure too much with their push, though they are about to hit 20 just before us, so we want to be very careful with this next fight. They'll be itching to start a fight here as soon as they go 20, so we need to be careful. Care for 20. Okay, so we're gonna have to be careful about them engaging for a team fight here, which might well happen up here, but if we can at least make it in our favor a little bit. Alright. Let's be a little careful here. Didn't quite secure the kill. Let's grab this regen globe. Yoink! Thank you. Alright, everyone's pretty fully healed. We can blind this Illidan, and this actually might work well for us. Alright, we're gonna have to get a good stun off here. I am silenced, unfortunately, at the moment. Oh, damn, yep. There's those upgraded ults coming into effect. A bit unfortunate. Yeah, bad. I think it was definitely a scenario where we should have delayed as much as possible. We're going to have to sack that fort now, unfortunately, and I'm going to have to be... Yeah, we're going to have to let that fort go down. Definitely the scenario where, in that case, you really want to delay until you're 20 as well, so that you can fight on even ground. Even if they're 21 and you're 20 by the time you've delayed to that point, being 20 yourself makes a big difference. Like, that 21 to 20 gap isn't a very big deal, but that 19 to 20 gap is a much bigger deal. So I got a bit of a 30 seconds of vulnerability here. I at least kept my crystals and didn't go down. Storm Shield is excellent. You shouldn't find yourself dying with this spec, so Indestructible is not really necessary. Storm Shield is excellent for helping your team out overall. Otherwise, Radiating Faith is also excellent. Both are really great talents. This gives you really good disruption potential, increases the range, and increases the bounces by 2, which is the most important part of that. Alright, let's distract this boss as much as we can here. I don't think we can slow these bosses. No, I don't think we can. I'm going to grab our team. I don't know. I'll grab Radiating Faith in this one. I'm a bit unsure of the exact scenarios which these 2 talents are good choices or not. Sometimes I grab it just situationally based on if it's going to help with that next major team fight. Usually around 20 is when, you know, there's an important, potentially game-deciding team fight. So it's not a bad idea to just grab Storm Shield if it's going to help right then and there. But for now, I'll grab this. I have my ult up. We can potentially get a really good stun off here. Unfortunately silenced. That Sylvanas has been really on point with her silences. Alright, we did help secure our, who was that? I think our Barbar was up in there. We helped secure their escape. I'll grab that little poke there, just a little tiny bit of damage. we can help here stop Sylvanas from escaping. She did just use her movement skill. Fortunately, I don't have too much else to do. I'm just going to wail on Tyrael a little bit then. Go for the blind here. Pull Tyrael in, block him from getting away. He's so freaking tanky though, we're not going to be able to do anything to him. Oh no! Oh, good kill on Zeratul there. We need to block as much as possible here. Slow, blind? No, not quite. Maybe I should have went for the blind first then, but it was pretty close either way. Not too much we could do really. I probably should have stuck around and baited out that explosion myself actually. I could handle that much better, and in fact I could put my iron skin up to block that. Alright, our web weavers are going down. I need to turn in some crystals. I've been super slacking on the objectives for this match. Not helping. I mean, I've been sticking with the team and trying to help out as much as I can there. And we are in a pretty good position here. We need to grab the camp. Merc camp is the perfect time to grab this. Unfortunately, it just went down a little too slow. Never mind. You gotta grab that right as those web weaver comes up, and you usually have enough time if your team is there to grab those before the actual web weavers descend. But I'm gonna push down here. The two enemy heroes are there. Looks like Illidan's up there as well. I'm gonna get here and see if I can help. Alright, let's stay together. Group. I can't spell group. Fingers are cold, can't spell. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can pull that Sylvanas out, slow her down. I might even go for the stun here. Ooh, I don't think I got it. I think it bounced off the gate, unfortunately. Alright, I need to get up there. I have the most health here. Let's disrupt that. Tychus if I can. Go for the blind there. Let's just get whatever damage we can on him here. And I'm just going to block and absorb as much of the damage as I can myself. Since, unfortunately, Stitches has gone down. Damn, this is not so good. Alright, let's just block that Tychus there so he hopefully can't kill our Asmodan. Slow, escape man, get out of there! Oh, good Bolt of the Storm there from Asmo, and I should be able to escape here. Thank you, Tychus! Thanks for the little shove in the right direction, man, I appreciate it. Alright, we just lost Stitches, that's not too bad. Tyrael's coming for me. Alright, let's pop the slow on him there. We can pop our Unstoppable, there's really not much they can do to us. Alright, maybe I should have turned around a little bit there and baited, since I gotta have that map awareness that my allies are sort of moving forwards like that. Not quite gonna cut it there. Alright, we'll see what can happen with this Tyrael. Oh, the nice dodge. Should have paid attention where he put his sword there. Our character regen is up to 85, a whopping 85 per second now. Very good stuff. Let's see if we can snag this Illidan kill here. That'll actually make a big difference. There's Tychus just there. I don't know where the Illidan went, unfortunately. We'll grab this regen globe then, clear this out, grab some crystals. I gotta do a turn in here, so I'm gonna call for this and ask for a defend. Alright. Oh, there's Illidan there. Okay. Oh. I don't know, we can grab the Illidan kill. We can grab the Illidan kill. No, the shield, the excellent shielding there. It's not gonna be enough. We'll pop our iron skin. No, Falstat's gone down. Oh, it's a mess, guys. It's a mess. Alright, Stitches has got him there. Enemy Tychus is down. Ugh, I don't know, it's a mess, guys. It's a mess. This match has been very messy overall, actually. Alright, let's blind this guy. We will be able to take him together here. Although the Illidan could mess things up quite a bit. Alright, I don't have anything left. I'm gonna probably go down here even. Killing spree has ended. Oh no. Oh damn. Yeah, I think calling a retreat a bit earlier probably would have been the best idea. Unfortunately, didn't go so well. Wow, this match has been super back and forth. Super back and forth. I think there's been a little bit, not quite enough communication with this team. I don't think anyone's really been talking too much. Been trying to harangue people together a little bit where I can. But otherwise, I mean, we're still in it. We are definitely still in it. I did lose those crystals though, which was a damn shame. I should have probably just gone for the turn anyway, even though they were pinging to attack at that spot. Going for the Illidan kill. Maybe a little bit of greed. Maybe a little too much greed. Well, we'll see if we can group up. At this point, at this late in the match, like this is a pretty long Heroes match here, moving into the 25-minute mark. Very long Heroes match. At this point, a good team fight in our favor can turn things around very quickly. How are we going for crystals? We are pretty behind on the web weavers. We're still about even on ground though. Only slightly behind in terms of XP. We can definitely turn this around. We're just gonna need to make sure that the next team fight's a good one, and I'll do everything I can to ensure that happens. Let's grab some more regen globes here. Sylvanas wants to get in on the fight. It's not going to be happening. Let's not pursue her any further. Take out this web weaver. Alright, we need to go down and defend right now because this looks like these guys are going for another fight. Illidan's been, I feel like Illidan's actually been baiting this match, so like he's been baiting our guys out of position. He might well be doing the same thing. Don't chase Illy. Oops. Sorry, Caps. I didn't mean to seem so angry. Alright, let's head up this way. Group. They might well be up here taking boss. And they are. Alright, we don't really want to engage just on top of that. Let's disrupt this Illidan if we can. As much as we can. And this is not so good. This is not good at all. We need to get out of here. Retreat. Call a retreat. We gotta let them have the boss. Retreat, Stitches. What are you doing, man? Why did you turn around? We were sound in the retreat, bro. Alright, let's try and block for him. Let's try and block. Alright, it's good. Sometimes I notice as Johanna, when I turn around to block for the retreat for my opponents, because I usually, obviously, very tanky, I can turn around and I can help block the retreat. I do that, and then the other heroes are like, oh, we're attacking, so they turn around and start attacking as well. It's like, no, keep retreating. So I keep mashing that V button, trying to get them to turn around. But usually they'll end up figuring it out. I don't think Stitches should be rushing to get in amongst that boss fight there. What are you doing, Stitches? It's not a good idea, bro. Well, we'll see if we can help him, stop him from dying here. Did he actually just steal that boss? Holy crap, okay, I forgive him. Wow, Stitches, MVP. Nice job, man. I thought he was crazy, but he actually secured the boss. Wow, the boss steal. Holy crap, Stitches. Wow. Well, that redeems Stitches. I thought he was an idiot, but apparently he had one thing in mind, and he pulled it off with style, I think. All right, so we should actually group here. I'm just gonna be very careful for a moment because they are down 3, but we still need to get together. We do still need to get together. All right, let's grab this regen globe here. What's our character's regens now at? Almost 100. We might have even just 98 at the moment, so that's absolutely insane. This is actually going to be a pretty potent push. As I said, one decent team fight here can turn things around. And this stun just here, oh, the double stun. I think that was a boss stun and then comboed into my Blessed Shield. That's going to be game. Wow, what a turnaround. And Stitches played no small part in that. What? Damn, and we just crossed the 100 regen. GG, that was a sick game. Wow, that was super back and forth. A very messy match. There's definitely a few things I could have played better. I definitely could have played the objectives better, but we did some nice stuff in team fights, and hopefully this gives you a bit of insight into Johanna and some of the ways she can be played, at least one of the ways she can be played. I'm really liking this hero, so I might bring you guys more videos for her in the future. But if you have any thoughts, if you've been playing Johanna, you've been using a particular build, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.